Hi there! Welcome back if you've been here before, and welcome if you're new. I want to try to create an icon or avatar for my channel, so I thought I would do that today. Like I said in my first video, I'm a fan of the cartoon style and realism, so I thought I could attempt to draw myself in a semi-realistic but probably cartoony sort of way. I'm going to be referencing a photo that my husband so lovingly took for me. Yes, this is how I posed, and no, I have no regrets. Let's draw. So I know I want to start with super simple shapes. I've learned that from Rin and also from getting extremely frustrated when I try to dive straight into the exact outline of whatever it is that I'm drawing. Proportions are one of the most difficult aspects in my opinion, but mapping out simple shapes of where everything is supposed to go and the approximate size of each section really makes it a lot easier for me to hone in on the finer lines and details. After that, I'm just going to start drawing in the more defined lines of each shape until I'm happy with it. Now I'm just going to go ahead and darken up the lines that I really like and want to keep. Now that I've got a sketch that I'm happy with, which actually took me many times of practicing over and over before recording this, I'm going to transfer it to watercolor paper, which I actually remembered this time. I'm using a light pad I got from Wish to transfer my sketch. Tracing seems like such a dirty word in the art community, but I've learned that trying to draw your initial sketch onto a watercolor paper can really damage the fibers, especially if you have to erase multiple times.
Like me.
And it can overall cause your painting to not look as nice and clean. So I do all my preliminary sketching on, well,
sketching paper,
and then transfer it to watercolor paper. When mixing colors for my skin tone, I actually have a flesh tint color that came with my set, but it's actually darker than my skin tone.
Any fellow gingers out there with translucent skin?
So I add a bit of white watercolor and it makes for just about the perfect tone of my skin. And using just the flesh tint with no white mix actually made a good shading color. Since I'm following a photo reference of myself, I wanted to stick with the colors of my outfit, and I had a hard time deciding if this is what I wanted to do since my shirt is red and so is my hair, but not the same shade. My shirt is a much brighter red, and while my hair can look pretty vibrant in some light, it's more of a dark reddish orange, and obviously natural red hair is usually more of an orange shade. But I was having a really hard time mixing the right color, finding that the paints would look too vibrant and not like my hair at all. But when I tried to darken it, it looked too brown. Overall, I guess I'm happy with the color that I settled on. Okay, so with the majority of everything painted that I think is going to be painted, I might go over the shorts one more time to just kind of blend everything out a little bit. But for the face, I think I'm just going to use some colored pencils for that. There's a YouTuber who I love watching. Her name is Leoba Bruckner. I'm so sorry for butchering that. I know I did not say it right, but she does these amazing watercolor paintings. I will link her channel in the description. But she always says that for her faces, she likes to use colored pencils because she has a lot more control and they're easier to get the finer details. So I think that's what I'm going to do now too. I just wanted to show off this seriously cool case that I got. I think I also got it off of Wish, maybe Amazon. I'm pretty sure it was Wish. But it's got 4 zipper pockets, and it's a pencil case. I mean, I guess it holds paintbrushes too, but I've got a bunch of drawing pencils and blending stumps, and this is what I keep my colored pencils in, so I'm just getting ready to use them, but I just thought I would show this. I think it holds almost 100 pencils, and in some of these, like here, I fit 2 paintbrushes in a single thing, which is probably not good for the elasticity of it, but I mean, I got a lot of stuff that I need to store, and it's just so easy to have it all here. And I just thought that was pretty cool, but anyway, yeah. Put a little mark on here so I know that this is the front pocket with my drawing pencils in it, just so I always end up opening the wrong one first, and it's kind of annoying, so this definitely helps. Okay, so now that I've got some pencils sharpened that I plan on using, let's get to work on the face. Pretty nervous. If you think you can guess what I plan on drawing next to my avatar, leave it in the comments. So as you probably saw, I completely botched up the face with this. I was using this peach colored pencil, and for some reason I decided to go ahead and color in the skin on the entire face, so now you can see the texture of the paper on my face, so I might have to tweak that a little bit more. The eyes, whenever I lined them with the black, I used a black colored pencil, which maybe I should have waited and done that with ink, but I feel like this line right here, this black line on my top lash, I did it a little bit too straight and I lost some of the expression that I was going for. I still might be able to make it work, but then on the hair I used the poppy red and the crimson red to add a little bit of details into the hair, and then also some of this sienna brown just for the darker bits where it might be shaded, and I really like the way that turned out. And I also used the crimson red to outline the hair a bit, and I really like that. Initially, when I was practicing this in my sketchbook, one of the attempts I completely outlined with a micron pen, and I didn't really like the way it looked. It was almost a little bit too cartoony. And another attempt, I didn't outline at all, and it just kind of looked incomplete, so I was a little bit worried about what I wanted to do. But now that I see how it looks outlined with the pencil, it's a little bit more subtle. I mean, it's a lot more subtle than a black micron outline, but you can still see that there's obviously something there. I think I'm going to go ahead and do that with the rest of the whole piece and see how that looks. So something I'm struggling to decide here is what to do with the socks, because yes, in my photo I am wearing socks. It seems like shoes and bare feet get a lot of attention in art pieces, so I thought, you know, shout out to the socks, let them have their moment. The only problem is they're white socks, and I didn't really intend on doing a background, so I'm unsure if I should just outline them in black or the red like I used to initially sketch them on the paper with. There, a little bit better, right? Okay, so I'm going to see if I can't tweak the face just a little bit more and maybe the hands just until I'm happy with them. So if you guessed pineapple, you are correct. Since I'm trying to create an icon / avatar for my channel, I thought what would be better than me ogling a pineapple?
Super cool, right?
Okay, well I think we're pretty much finished and it's time for the last step. Okay guys, I think that is finally it. I kind of goofed up right there at the end. I thought I would try to do something to fill this big space, and as you can see I wrote it a little bit too small. It says the artsy pineapple, and I wish I had moved it over to the right just a little bit so it's a little bit more centered in this area, but oh well. I think overall with the painting, I'm actually pretty happy with how it came out, especially because this is the first time I've ever actually sat down and fully painted an entire person. There are some things I wish I had done differently and that aren't exactly right, like my booty is not that poppin', and the socks didn't exactly turn out exactly how I wanted, and I feel like obviously the face and the hands were my weakest area. But what I'm actually surprised with is that the shading on the shirt turned out a lot better than I thought it was going to. And the texture shown in my hair once I use the colored pencils, I feel like it really brings out the waviness. And even though my hair is not really straight, but it's not curly either, it's like, it's just whatever it wants to be, I guess. And if you didn't guess the theme behind this painting, it's basically me gawking over a pineapple. Woo, big surprise. I promise that I'm not going to paint a pineapple in every single picture. Once again, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Please leave a comment telling me what you thought, what do you think I should have done differently, or what parts that you did and or didn't like about it. And if you enjoyed this, please consider subscribing because I do have many more ideas that I would like to get out there. Alright, thanks guys. Bye.